Your Windows and you have a USB you inserted not showing up. You go here, trying to use your USB, it needs to format an unrecognized file system. That's because it's not NTFS or something that Windows recognizes. Linux can help you here. It's ext24, or if it's BRTFS or anything like that, that's where Linux is going to come in handy. The way we can use that on Windows is by opening PowerShell. You might have to run this as administrator. Just type PowerShell into here, open this or whatever PowerShell you get, WSL --install. You're going to have to enable virtualization in your BIOS. If you don't know how to do that, go ahead and look it up. If you have any issues, just go to this website. It's in the description, and this will teach you how to do it. The next thing we need is USB IPD Win. You're going to go ahead and download the MSI here, and you're just going to run this like you run any file that you install. Once again, probably going to have to restart. That's our prerequisites. Now to get into the actual work, we're going to go ahead and run into WSL now. It's going to take a second to start up for the first time. Okay, we're in WSL. We can either access it through here, but I'm going to go ahead and just create a new window right here so that we have it separate. We're going to run a sudo apt install command. That's step 1 done. Next step, make a dir called temp2. You're going to cd into temp2, git clone command. If this doesn't work, you're going to have to go ahead and apt install git just like we did before. If you want your process to not take as long as mine, just come over here and add a -j in the number of threads you have. I have 16, so I would type 16. You probably have at least 4, so try that. Okay, on to the next step. We're going to type ls. If you're ever lost, type that, and we can see we can go to the WSL2 directory and cd, ws tab, and look, enters it right there for you. Then we're going to run make menu config. And here we go, we get this popped up. We're going to be looking for a very specific option. We want to enable USB support. Go down to should be device drivers. Going to go ahead and press enter. Scroll down using the arrow keys to just go down here. Going to go all the way down to USB support. And then here we're going to look for mass storage device. USB mass storage support. We're going to enable that by pressing spacebar. We're going to want that to be a star. That means it loads in instantly, and that's what we want. We should be done. You can go back with double escape. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and save. Use your arrow keys right on the bottom, and then here it's going to pop up. Just press OK, and you can exit. Down here, exit. Now we're going to go ahead and run our make command. Just like the last one, it's going to take just as long. So -j and number of threads, I have 16. So once that's built, we're going to want to go ahead and copy a specific file. We're going to copy that to our C drive, our users folder, and that's whatever your user is. So if we come here and type %user profile %, we'll come right here and you see right now that's what mine is called. So just come here, type that in, and go ahead and run this command. And so our next step is to shut down WSL. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Going to close this. And now we're going to edit a file. This is going to be in that exact same place, .wsl config. Go ahead and edit that. You just click edit with Notepad. And you can ignore all this, but the important parts are right here, WSL2, put that in square brackets, and then the kernel right here. Pay attention to the backslashes, and then whatever the name of your profile is here, BZ image, that's where we copied it to. First, let's make sure WSL is open and runs, and boot it with our new kernel. Now on Windows and PowerShell, we want to type USB IPD list. That's what we installed earlier. And you can see the list of all the USB devices I have plugged in. The one I would care about is USB mass storage device. Now we're going to type USB IPD attach to WSL-bus ID equals, in this case, mine's 1-7. You might hear a disconnect sound when this happens. And if we go ahead and check on our computer, we no longer see the drive. Now if we go to WSL and we type LSUSB, we'll see that the USB is now there. That is my flash drive. Perfect. So now we can type sudo fdiskl, and we can see the list of all the disks here. Type your password. And for me, it's at the very bottom. It's SDD. The first partition is going to be SDD1. We'll get to that in a second. Make dir/media/USB. And this is where we're going to mount it. So we're going to do sudo mount/dev/ in this case, once again, mine said SSD or SDD. So I'm going to type SDD and I'm going to type 1 for the first partition. There's only one partition on it. And we're going to mount that to /media/USB. Don't forget your sudo. And now if we go to CD or we ls and we go into USB, You can see I have my USB drive, and here's a text file that's been there the whole time that says I like waffles. Apparently, I like waffles. Anyways, now on Windows, you can also access this by doing a double backslash, WSL, and a $sign, and pressing enter. For some reason, it takes a long time the first time, but once it connects, it's there. Where you have Ubuntu 22.04, we're going to go to media and USB because that's where we mounted it. Right here, we see the test file.txt, and I'll go ahead and open that in normal notepad. You'll see right here, we once again see that I like waffles. And that's your job done. You can now access this. The only thing to pay attention to is whenever you want to use this, every time you restart your machine, you're going to have to go ahead and run USB attached -WSL and the bus ID. And in here, you're also going to have to mount it just like we did with sudo mount. If you want to remove it and try and be safe, you can always do sudo umount /media/USB. So you can just cd out of that and try that one more time. And now it's unmounted, and we can safely remove our USB. As the tutorial. Thank you.